All right, people. So as you can see, this week, the markets have been moving lower. Now, this is something that we spoke about would happen over the weekend this week. And you guys know I'm always going to put you in a position to get to the money. So come, take a look. I want to show you guys what's taking place behind the scenes, because up above, we got the NASDAQ. And you guys can see we've made a higher low. But take a look down below at the RSI, which is a momentum indicator. Well, it's going the other direction. Now, this means we have what we call hidden bullish RSI divergence. And this means one thing and one thing only. Even though prices in the markets are moving lower this week, I want to let you know it's temporary and we are due for what we call a relief bounce or pop, a movement higher in prices. So that means that those that want to get to the money can get to the money in the markets. And I'm going to show you guys how you can do that in this video. But I want to let you guys know, people, that myself and the team already made the big bucks this week, so we don't need to take a play tomorrow. But let me go ahead and pass the spotlight over to the team to show you what I mean, because check it out. We got none other than IKO that went ahead and made 210% on our plays this week. We got Lavrin, who went ahead and picked up $1,100 in profit. We got RV Gardner with 122%, Bakuri with 109%, Dre with a $4,000 in profit, Gold Squad with a $1,500 in profit, H with 135% in profit, and the legend in the building, none other than Huan, with a $1,300 in profit. Listen, people, this is what we do. The beautiful thing about the markets is there's always opportunities to run it up, and they never stop, and neither do we. So yes, people, you may have missed our Uber play that we knocked out of the park with this week, and you may have missed our hood play as well, that we smashed it all round in the team. But the good news for all of you guys is this: we are getting geared up for our very next play. So you guys know what to do. Hit the link down below so you join the team and you are with us for the next one. I want to be celebrating you guys next time I drop one of these videos. So people, you guys know I've given you the intel at the beginning of this video that we are due for what we call a relief bounce in the markets, movement higher, a pop in prices. And I want to show you guys who is going to be leading that movement. Because come check it out, we got none other than Palantir, which is currently $155. Now here's the thing. Take a look at that 3-month action for me, because you guys can see in June, this thing was $140. Come July, this was $150. Come August, this hit its peak of $187. Now, I want to let you know that $187 is the highest we are going to see for Palantir this year. But when we see movements like this, when we see action like this, when we see activity like Palantir has shown, guys, the buyers are never going to let this drop, okay? They are never going to give up on this. What they're going to do is they are going to do everything in their power to try to resurrect prices and make a new high, okay? So even though right now we're seeing a price point of $155 for Palantir, we know the highest for this thing was damn near $190. Guess what the buyers are going to do? They're going to try and take this. They're going to do everything in their power to move this from 155 back up, or as close to as possible as that previous all-time high. So that being said, there is a lot of movement for this to continue to move higher. There's a lot of movement for this to enjoy a relief bounce in price, okay? Because it's only currently 155, and we know the previous high on this name was 190. So listen, they're going to move this to 160. They're going to move this to 170. They're damn near going to move this to 180. Now, they're not going to breach the all-time high, but they're going to do everything in their power. And that being said, with that intel, there's big opportunity there. There's big money there, right? Now, you guys know the way we make the money in the markets, the way we drive up price, our returns, 100%, 150%, 200%, like you see myself and the team do on repeat, is using the options market. Yeah, the stock market's cool. Okay, yes, you can make 5%, you can make 10%, but if you want to make the big bucks, it's all about the options market. With that said, let's jump to the next one. Take a look. We've got none other than Uber, which is currently $94 and some change, damn near $95. Now, Uber is another name that will be participating in the incoming relief bounce that we are going to see in the markets, no doubt. Okay, Yes, Palantir is going to move higher off the bounce. And yes, Uber will be joining as well. Now, Uber's going to be making its way to 96, 97 bucks. Okay, that's its next bounce. But we know that this right here is the drive to 100 bucks. It's finally time for this to hit that triple digit territory that we've been speaking about for some time now. Now, we own the Uber stock and we've done well. And guess what? We run the option plays on Uber all the time as well. And most definitely, we are going to get prepared to run another option play on Uber very, very soon, because we know that this is the final drive to 100 bucks, no doubt. Okay, and we want to be doing everything in our power to be maximizing that opportunity, everything in our power to be maximizing that intel on this drive. Okay, so Uber is another name that is set for a relief bounce in the very, very near term. All right, so you guys look out for that. I want to let you guys know this is how they're going to play the markets in the next 24 hours. Come tomorrow, what they're going to do is they're going to shoot prices down temporarily. Okay, so out the gate, what they're going to do is prices are going to come lower. So if we take a look back at Palantir, they're going to send this down towards the low 150s. Okay, and then what they're going to do after that, after they send it to the low 150s, they're going to shoot it back up higher. Okay, then it's going to make its movement towards the 160s. That is their game plan. They're going to try and entice people. They're going to try and catch people offside. But you guys know how to stay onside in this name. Same thing with Uber. Same thing with all the names I'm going to go through with you guys in this video. Take a look at AMD right now. It's currently 163 bucks. Now, we just got to circle back to the 3-month to put this thing into perspective. You guys can see we've had a pullback, but not a breakdown. Okay, a pullback, not a breakdown. That being said, the story here is still intact, and we know that the heights of this over the last 3 months was 180 bucks, just over 180 bucks, and we know their game plan is to send us to 190. So what they're doing right now is engineering a move to move this from where it's at right now of 163 up to the 190 mark. Okay, so when it comes to relief bounces, you know who's participating. AMD is also going to be participating in that. Take a look. You can see they dropped this all the way down to the 159 this week. That's the low of the week. Okay, it's not dropping below that. And we know, look what they did on Thursday. They pushed it back into the 160s. They delivered a flat day today. You guys already know they are getting prepared to engineer a green day tomorrow. Okay, a movement higher in the name tomorrow. But they're not going to give it to you easy. They're going to out the gate shoot this lower, and then come late morning, early afternoon, it's going to continue to increase higher. And then it's also going to run off the back of the Fed commentary as well, which is going to be a positive catalyst to the price. You guys are going to see that all play out tomorrow in the markets. Take a look at none other than Micron. Okay, now I know a lot of you guys know about Nvidia. I know a lot of you guys have heard about AMD, but sometimes, guys, the money lies in the names that not everyone's speaking about. And one of those names is right here in Micron, okay? 116 bucks. If we go ahead, circle back, take a look, we can see that the peak of the 3-month was the 127 mark. Look what they did shortly after that. They pulled it down to the 104s. The market was like, no, you don't. You ain't sending us below 100 bucks. And then they invigorated that share price, took it higher back to the 127 mark. Now, here's the thing. Micron has gone ahead and participated with a wider pullback in the markets. It's currently landed at 116 bucks. What they are looking to do now is engineer a move into the 130s. Okay, but they're not going to give it to you that easy. They're going to pull it back before shooting it higher. Okay, again, another one that is looking exceptionally strong, and another one that will be participating in this incoming relief bounce that all of you guys know is on the cards. But listen, guys, everyone else out there in the markets thinks things are going to continue to move lower, but they don't have the intel we have. They don't have that foresight and that deeper understanding of the markets that me and you share together. Okay, so come 24 hours time, you guys are going to see green across the board, even though this week has been red. To end most days, they're going to deliver a final green day on Friday, and these are going to be names that are going to be leading that charge. Okay, it's going to be Palantir, it's going to be Uber, it's going to be AMD, and it's going to be Micron that is going to be participating, given the fact they are still in phenomenal strength, great structure, and things are looking good when it comes to all of their technicals. Okay, so you guys know where the money's at in the markets in the short term. You guys can do with that as you will. Okay, that's been the video for today, and I'll see all of you guys on the next one.